Hello and welcome to Double Barrel Gaming. I'm your host, MrBooMStickXL, and as you can tell, this is another special edition unboxing, one of which that was not originally planned. As you can see, sitting in front of me is the incredible, and I mean really, truly incredible, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Collector's Edition. And I'm going to step aside just so you can see I'm wearing my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 shirt. I don't wear it very often because obviously it has a lot of colors and I don't want it to fade. It's one of my favorite shirts of all time. I'm wearing it in honor of this particular collector's edition. So, as I said in the beginning, this was unexpected. And I have a funny story that I'll tell you real quick on how much I paid for this, how I came upon this collector's edition, and what led to some new information about GameStop that I personally never knew about. Well, yesterday, I hung out with a good friend of mine, Louis, who I worked with in the NYPD for over 20 years. And he's a big video game guy, just like myself. And we were two of the forefronters, if you will, on playing games out there in the NYPD. At one point, it was really frowned upon, but now it's like mainstream, like gaming is anyway. Well, we hung out, and he decided he wanted to go to GameStop. Now, normally I don't shop at GameStop on a regular basis because I buy a lot of stuff digitally. I get my collector's editions every now and again when they're available. They don't come out as much as you think. And I went into the store, and normally with GameStop, it's packed with, of course, toys and collectibles, and of course, games. And this is for the bargain hunters out there. When you go into GameStop, look up to the top racks. Well, that's where these collector's editions go when they don't sell. And this game came out in 2017, and you know what? It's not one of Capcom's finest versus titles. Graphically, it's gorgeous. The hand-drawn art is amazing, but it didn't sell well for a lot of reasons. First of all the X-Men characters were removed. A lot of people were upset about that. Now that Marvel has X-Men back, the next one is going to, of course, have the X-Men characters. As a matter of fact, there was a rumor on the 4chan forums that Capcom is currently working on a revised version of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite called the Uncanny Edition, where it's going to include a 12 to 20 different new characters, all being the Fantastic Four and, of course, the X-Men, which would be amazing. That would really boost the roster up to like 60 characters. So I hope that does, in fact, come true. But getting back to the collector's edition, I look up, and this is something I really wanted. Unfortunately, this was $200 when it came out. And, being retired, you have to manage your money, which is what I've been doing. And I look up and I see the price tag on this, and it says $47.99. So my eyes got like anime eyes immediately. And I asked to bring it down. And at the end of the day, I wound up paying $22 for this. So you're saying, Boom, how the heck is that possible? How the heck did you pay $22 for a collector's edition that was $200? Well, here's how I did it, kids. Obviously, I bought a lot at GameStop, and I had 27,000 power-up reward points. I cashed that in for a $25 gift card, and here is where the learning part of this video comes. If you're a current or former law enforcement personnel or first responder, or, of course, our incredible military that protects this country, current and former, they give all military and police as well as first responders a 10% discount off of everything. Okay, now this is something they don't advertise. I only knew about it because my friend Louis, who obviously is a retired New York City police officer as well, told me about it. And I've been shopping at GameStop for freaking years, man. I cannot believe I didn't know about this. So I used my 10% discount. I used my $25 gift card. And after tax, this collector's edition was $22. Now, I'm going to say this right now. I had to open it to cut the tape to kind of make the unboxing go. And I took a look at these things, and I'm going to tell you this right now. Before I get into my famous white gloves 360, of the box, the characters, the toys, all the collectibles, what's inside this box is by far one of the best, most detailed collector's edition I have in my entire collection. As a matter of fact, This is so good that I'm going to tear down my amiibo collection, put them into storage because I've had them out for a couple of years now, and add this to the rotation. And I'm going to display my new collector's shelf with all of the video game special edition collectors, items. And I'll be doing that. I'll be doing a video for that in a couple of days. But I've done enough talking. All right. You first of all, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hitting that like button. Thanks for sharing. I really appreciate all the absolutely outstanding support that this community has shown me. Let's get into this unbelievable collector's edition. So let's do that right now. Okay, so with this particular box, normally there's a lot of flair with collector's editions. This is just a standard matte black finish with a very impressive and colorful Marvel vs. Capcom logo in the front. There's nothing on the sides, which I'll turn. Okay, you'll take a look. Nothing on the sides. Now, the back, on the other hand, does display everything that's a part of this collector's edition. And I have to tell you this right now. I honestly cannot wait until you see these figures up close and personal because, normally when you get these collector's editions, sometimes the paint jobs are not great on the statues. None of them come in, in a full resin format. Normally they're like a plastic that sometimes bends in certain areas. These four characters, which one is Iron Man, one is Captain Marvel, one is Chun-Li, and one is Mega Man, Mega Man X more specifically, are absolutely gorgeous. And what I find to be absolutely incredible is the fact that it comes with the Infinity Stones in that box, as you can see. And I'm going to display that. That is what blew me away. I'm going to turn the box back to the side. As you can see, like I said, it's very plain. There's nothing here. It's just a matte black finish. And I'll turn it back to the front. And as you can see, like I said, the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite logo is very impressive. It's a nice piece of art if you are into it. It basically tells you exactly what the game is. It has a bit of flair to it. But the box is uninspiring, to be honest with you. But we're not here for the box art, folks. We're here for the actual characters and the collectibles. So let's break this box open right now, and I can show you what I've been talking about. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so now we're going to get into the actual unboxing. But before we do, I just have to say a big hello to my awesome and very handsome nephew, Tyler. If you look straight back there, you see that's his picture. We took that here in New Rochelle. He's playing the Nintendo Switch, his favorite console. Of course, he's decked out in Mario loungewear. He'll be coming over this weekend. We cannot wait to see you. So, Tyler, if you're watching this, hello from New Rochelle. Both Josie and I cannot wait to see you. But anyway, let's get back into the unboxing. Now, this is easy to open. One flap. Here we go, right? Now, when you're greeted with a warning label, it says that the characters are fragile. Or if you're a Christmas Story kind of a fan, like an older guy like me, it's fragile, right? This is some battery-related information, which we'll get into in a second. And this to me is worth the price of admission by itself. First of all, it's the full game, right? You get the season pass in there. And on top of that, it comes in this absolutely stunning slipcase, which is, of course, a steel box or a collector's tin. Very, very well detailed. Here's the back of the box. Hopefully the shine, I'm going to turn to the side a little bit so you can see it because sometimes the shine from the lights kind of block it. This is going to be displayed right along with this, with the collector statues. I love, absolutely adore the collector's tins. I collect them all. I know there are a lot of people in the community that do. Okay, so I'm going to push that off to the side. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to show you me flipping this over and unboxing it because I think that's unprofessional. I'm going to set everything up for you to see, and we'll break down each individual character. So let's do that right now. Okay, so it's out of the box. Here is the styrofoam that's obviously holding all of the collectibles. I'm not sure whether the camera picks it up or not. I'm going to have to tilt it to the side to see. It's etched in the styrofoam Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which I think is a nice touch, right? But this is just a box and no one really cares. We're going to get into what's in here right now. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I took this apart originally to cut it open to make it easier to unbox, I was completely blown away by the size of the figures. Like I said, normally with these collector's editions, the figures are small. You know, they look impressive on the actual box, but when you finally crack it open, you're like, oh, okay, they're okay. They do what they're supposed to do. These figures are so well detailed and so well done, it's bananas. So let's take a look at Chun-Li at first. Okay, first of all, the statue is huge. Okay. It has a big base, so this is probably going to need a shelf for itself, just for this particular collector's edition. And as you can tell, this is amazing. Now I'm going to give a 360 degree of each character a later part in the video, so stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to show what they look like coming out of the actual box. So we're going to put her off to the side, and we're going to take a look now at Iron Man. And I got to be honest with you, this is nice. If you are an MCU fan, if you are, whether it's the anime, whether it's the actual MCU, whether you're a comic book fan, this is a stunning piece for anyone's. Look at the detail. Look how deep and rich the colors are. I mean, this is as impressive a collector's edition as I've ever seen, and I've been collecting these for an extremely long time. Look, I mean, the detail is just, it's crazy. So now we're going to move on to another one of the figures. I'm gonna pull Mega Man because he's one of my favorite characters from Capcom. And this is Mega Man X for anyone that's you know, was a fan of the 2D Mega Man X games from the NES days. Again, look at the deep color. First of all, the arm buster that he has red in the front. I'm not sure if the camera picks it up. This is, it's just incredible. I mean, this is just absolutely stunning. Okay, take a look at that. Again, I'm going to give you know, a 360 degree of the character so you can see the detail on the back, but this is amazing. Okay, and last but certainly not least, Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, who looks like she's right out of the comic. Okay, so let's take a look. Take her out of the wrapper. Put that on the floor. Look at the unbelievable colors. The paint jobs on every one of these characters are stunning, absolutely stunning to say the least. And I mean, each character is like right out of an anime comic book. It's unbelievable. And of course, you know, she's a big deal. Not only did she do her movie do incredibly well, broke $1 billion, good for her. But she was incredible in Endgame. If you haven't seen Endgame, my God, you have to go and check that out. One of the best movies I've ever seen. And I'm going to put her off to the side. Now, this is the creme de la creme of the collector. If you were already blown away by the statues, get ready to fall over in your chair. Okay? Now, obviously, the Infinity Stones are involved in this game. Now, I took the liberty of adding the batteries. Well, I'm going to turn it on. You can see I'm turning it on right here. Look at this. Dude, guys, gals, anyone that's watching this, the Infinity Stones freaking light up and they pulse glow. I mean, this, I said that the collector's tin was the price of admission. This is really the diamond in the crown of this collection. Look how incredible. I mean, it's just, I mean, listen, you can hear the excitement in my voice. I am blown away by the outstanding way that this collector's edition was put together. Great on Marvel, great on Capcom for doing this. And I'm going to close that. Nice hard plastic box. It has a, you know, the gold trim. It's not real gold, obviously, but it's still a nice heavy. I mean, every piece in this collector's edition just completely blew me away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set everything up for you right now, and we're going to take a look at each individual character. Let's do that. Okay, so in order to actually do this the right way, This video is going to run a little longer because each character has to be displayed separately simply because they're so large. So I'm going to do the famous BoomStick 360 view of the actual collector statue, and we have 4 of them, including the Infinity Stones, which I'm going to be detailing. And as you can see, this is really as impressive a collector's edition as I've ever seen. The paint jobs are unbelievable. The detail is just crazy. And the fact that I paid a mere $22. Look, I'm going to say this right now. If I would have purchased this collector's edition for $200, it would have been worth the money. I'm telling you that right now. That's how incredible these collector's statues and the collector's tin
along
along with the Infinity Stones are. It is just unbelievable. Now, some people in the chat may ask exactly why are they different colors? Well, this is the Rainbow Bridge to Asgard, if you're wondering. And that's part of the story. I'm not going to ruin it if you haven't played the game. That's why they're different colors. Just I kind of wanted to clear that up because I know I'm going to get people to say, well, why are there green and blue and orange and red? Because they're part of the Asgard story. And I got to be honest with you, the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite story is fantastic. So if you haven't played it, like I said, it's in Game Pass. Go download it if you're a Game Pass subscriber, or call your local GameStop and see if they have these collector's editions, because 47 bucks, my goodness, it's so worth it. So let's get into the next statue. Okay, guys, check it out. Now look, I'm going to be honest. Okay, this again, unbelievable collector's edition. Iron Man is not my favorite character. That award goes to Captain America. But for this collector's edition, this is my favorite piece. Look at the unbelievable paint job. I think that's the Mark 46 armor. If I'm wrong, correct me in the chat. But my goodness, this if it would have just come with the one statue, would have been worth it. Look at the detail. I mean, the color is just popping off of the armor. I mean, it's really absolutely stunning to look at. I am so excited and happy to put this in my collection of statues. This is an incredible piece. Like I said, you have to see it in person to really appreciate how detailed these statues are. I mean, again, the paint job is just, my goodness, it's so well done. Like I said, if you are a Marvel fan, if you're a Capcom fan, if you are a video game fan, please try and get your hands on this collector's edition. Trust me when I tell you, it's worth the price of admission, and you will not be sorry. So let's move on to the next statue. Okay, so here is the third statue of the 4 that I'm going to be displaying for this collector's edition. This is Mega Man X. Now, if you're a Marvel vs. Capcom fan, the Mega Man character has been a pinnacle part of the series since the beginning. This is the X version, and as you can tell by this statue, the colors once again are just jumping off of the statue. I mean, look at the Mega Buster. It's spot on perfect. The oversized feet. Those are traits that we know and love about Mega Man, especially the Mega Man X series. If you're an older gamer like myself, we remember playing the X series on the Super Nintendo. Unbelievable hand-drawn 2D art by Capcom. But this statue is just phenomenal. Again, super detailed. All the colors that you know and love about Mega Man jump off of the statue. And I want to turn it back to the front so you can see the Mega Buster itself. If you look directly into the Mega Buster, there's a red plastic there that looks like it's about to fire. And that red plastic matches what's on his helmet. I mean, this is an incredibly detailed piece. I'm happy to have it in my collection. But let's move on to the last statue. Here is the last but certainly not least statue of the collector's edition. This, of course, is Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel. She's ultra powerful, both in the game and in the MCU. If you've seen her film, it's absolutely unbelievable. And if she was incredible in Endgame, you should definitely check out that film. Let's do the famous 360-degree look at her. The statue is impressively painted. They look so well done in person that they actually look like they were pulled right out of a comic. That's how well the paint job and the design of each character. You know, sometimes they have ugly faces or they don't look like the actual character. Every one of these statues, the sculpt on them are just probably the best in my entire collection. Let's bring her back to the front. She has the newer outfit on, as you can tell. She doesn't have the mohawk like me. From the comic, she has the long blonde hair. But this statue, very, very impressive. Okay, so before we get you guys out of here, I just wanted you to take a look at everything displayed in one shot. This is by far one of the best collector's editions I've ever unboxed on the channel. The 4 statues, extremely well detailed and painted. The Infinity Stones that light up, unbelievable. The collector's tin along with the game, and of course, the season pass with all the DLC, just tremendous. This was worth I still can't believe I paid 22 bucks for it, but it would have been worth the 47 if I didn't get any discount. But more specifically, and to be completely fair, this is so impressive that it would have been worth the $200 that they originally asked for it. But I say that if you like what you see, call your local GameStop, see if they have this, tell them to put it aside and pick it up. You will not be disappointed. And again, before we get you guys out of here, all I ask is 2 things. Hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying it. It does help the channel grow more than you know. And also, if you're enjoying the content that I do, whether it's the unboxings or the 3 live shows weekly, put it out there on social media. Tell your friends about it. You can help this channel balloon into something big. I've had tremendous growth. I'm just short of 2,500 subs. And considering that my first video went out November 3rd of 2017, it is growing at a really good rate, and that's because you're helping me do that. So again, if you're enjoying the content, hit the thumbs up button and also share this on social media. I'll see you again on the next unboxing or, of course, on one of the live shows coming up this week.